winning. So I feel like it's just I've manifested it before, and when that moment comes, I'm just gonna be ready for it.
Anthony Echemendia of Iowa State, a native of Cuba, the #1 seed at 141 pounds, taking on Cael Happel out of Northern Iowa. He's ranked 8th in the country, so 7 and 8 in the country at 141 pounds. Where the top of the podium is empty right now because Andrew Alirez of Northern Colorado, who won it the last 2 years, taking an Olympic red shirt this year, Rock, which opens it up and makes it a little bit more interesting at this weight class.
Absolutely. And Echemendia is one of those guys that he has gotten better as he, again, acclimated to folk-style wrestling. He doesn't do too many penetration steps. He kind of steps, but is always in good position.
Started out his career at Iowa State under Tom Ryan. Competed for Iowa State in 2021 and 2022, and Happel comes in after taking down #2 seed Tegan Jamison of Oklahoma State in the semifinals in his 3rd year as a starter this year. Last year reached the round of 16 here in Tulsa in the NCAAs as a first-time NCAA qualifier as a #14 seed. His dad, his brother, both wrestled at Northern Iowa as well, a 4-time state champion in Iowa high school wrestling. And during the regular season, Happel defeated Echemendia at the Cliff Keen tournament. Echemendia won round 2 back on February 11th. Jordan Titus toppled by Echemendia in the semis last night.
Happel has a very even keel style. He's not going to do a whole lot of motion. He'll try to just get right in the phone booth, put an underhook in there, get to a leg, and just will himself to win. But look at that strength right there. Just a little slide by, take down. Underhook, just threw it by. Echemendia is up and releases back to his feet. As I said before, he doesn't do any penetration, putting the knee down. He keeps his hips a little higher, doesn't like to get underneath his opponent.
With a win by Dayton Fix at 133 pounds, that closes the gap to just 3 points. Oklahoma State behind Iowa State. The Cyclones 5 finalists tonight. The Cowboys with 4. And Echemendia with a win could widen that gap just a bit here at 141 pounds.
Happel needs to have hands moving, busy hands, not just this one position. Echemendia went to that same scenario, went to that underhook on the left side, but now Happel is in on the leg. But when you see Echemendia wrestle, he wrestles with his hips further away and his hands always touching, which makes the distance to get to his legs a lot longer with his hips being further away.
He was young, trained as a gymnast, and that was part of the connection that helped him get to Ohio State. An assistant gymnastics coach at Ohio State with a connection to Tom Ryan, the head coach for the Buckeyes. And eventually found his way to Sunnyside High School in Tucson, Arizona, the same high school that Roman Bravo Young attended. And now his first year in Ames, Iowa on the mat.
Both these guys are keeping their hands on each other. It's not in space like there was at 125. They want to stay right close to each other, keeping their hands on there, fighting for underhooks, clubbing, wearing someone down. It's very tiresome style here.
Battle of wills and gas tanks.
This is good. They're just getting right in there. Right in there. Good hip pressure by Echemendia.
Improve.
It looks like Happel has to double up on his shots. Because he's getting there, and then Echemendia is getting his hips back pretty good, so he may have to take 2 shots to really get a good grip on the leg.
And just wear him down. 3-1 at the end of the first for the Cyclone.
All the options. Green is down. Green down.
Last time that they were Big 12 champions, Cael Sanderson's last season at the helm. before moving over and starting the dynasty at Penn State. Dresser, the head coach at Virginia Tech and nearby Christiansburg High School there in Southwest Virginia before taking the Cyclones head job.
Still red here, still red. Still red.
Echemendia knew that in order to be very good at folk style wrestling, he has to work on his top wrestling. And I saw the biggest improvement when he wrestled in December against Cole Matthews, where he majored Cole Matthews, but he majored him by riding him as well.
Cover. One green. Neutral.
So a one-point contest as Happel gets to his feet.
Some nasty hand fighting here, just getting there and just banging and gripping and clawing and pulling. These guys are just in there. Look at the re-attack there. Good defense by Happel. There's no space. As soon as they disengage, right back into it.
Action, guys.
And you're right about the phone booth. This is Clark Kent Wrestling.
Look at him staying right in there.
Echemendia firm grip on the triceps of Happel.
Hands up.
Under a minute to go. Grabbing the wrist. You see that Echemendia is grabbing the wrist, forcing his underhook. Cael Happel says, I can do this too. Let me get in there.
Red warning, red.
Stall warning on Echemendia.
And Happel is not doing penetration. He's just dipping his knees and reaching. He's not really stepping through because he knows if he penetrates too much, Echemendia's re-attack is very proficient. So right in there, Echemendia's got a good grip. I'm tired of watching. This is just really physical stuff here.
And who's going to turn up the knob for some offense as we get into the third period? Battle for the Big 12 title at 141 pounds. Our next NBA Wednesday doubleheader starts in Miami with the Heat hosting the Nuggets. 7:30 Eastern. And then LeBron and the Lakers square off in Sacramento to take on the Kings. And our coverage starts with NBA Countdown, 7 Eastern on ESPN and the app.
Wait for me, green. I'll tell you when. Wait for me.
Coach St. John just leaned over, looked at Echemendia, and gave him a thumbs up like, come on, you can do this. Was talking to Kyvan Gadsden earlier, and he said Echemendia is so professional. He wants to outwork everyone. He wants to be the first one to work out, the first one to be in the weight room, then the last one to leave.
The Cyclone 7th in the country, the Panther 8th in the country. The lead is now 2. But he's got to be careful. He's also got a stall warning against him.
And that's what we're talking about right there. He has to be very careful. Nothing. Still there. Echemendia is not letting that go like a dog with a bone. He's still going at, but Happel's trying to get it. Good defense by Happel here. Echemendia's got to try and get that left arm out. He's trying to split and open up and then trying to get that left arm out to try and wrap around for a double. So he's pushing that foot down, but he could not get that left arm out. Good defense by Happel, though.
They let him go for a good bit there before getting into a stalemate. So 55 seconds for a Big 12 championship.
The takedown's got to do it. Stall is not going to tie. It's not going to tie it. Stall is just going to be a point this time. Oh, good motion. Here's the last go. The last go for Happel. He's got to go here. You see, he's just going down to his knees. He's got to move forward. He's just dropping to his knees and reaching. He's got to make a nice penetration step.
Trying to break through Echemendia's defense. Takes his shot to sprawl away.
And that's the problem. He's just dropping to his knees and not really blasting through. And because of that, Echemendia is able to do a front headlock and do a clock wear down ride. We've seen it too many times. Happel just kind of goes to his knees and kind of reaches, not blasting through.
Happel won round 1 in December. Echemendia took it last month. And here at the Big 12 Finals, it's the Cyclone at 141 pounds. Who wears the crown in Tulsa? A special moment for the native of Cuba, who ventured through Guatemala, through Belize, to come across the U.S. border, seeking asylum, finding home in Arizona, going to Columbus, Ohio, to Ames, Iowa, and a hand raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a pretty cool moment for the redshirt junior, who also, even though it's certainly not foremost on his mind, just helped out his team a good bit too, as they look for their team trophy.
So in position, wrestling is such a hard sport, just when you have everything going in your direction. But to all the things that you said before, Mike, for him to get to where he is right now, as mom and dad, very proud of Anthony.
And he'll catch his breath, regain his composure as he joins Quinn.
Anthony, congratulations. The match goes final, and you spent some time pointing out some people in the audience. What were you doing?
I'm pointing out the people that I love, Cyclone Nation.
Parents as well?
My parents are in Cuba, and, you know, I wish they could experience this beautiful moment because they've invested so much time and energy to help me become the man that I am today. And I wish they could be here, but they're in Cuba, so they'll be able to see this on TV or when I send the video.
I hope they're watching. I hope they're watching. Your work ethic, you've worked your tail off. How would you describe this feeling right now?
I'm blessed. This is a second chance for me, and I want to give all glory to God because I know that He led me to Iowa State. That was the place that I was first before I went to Ohio State University, and now I'm back. And I'm extremely grateful for this team, the staff, my teammates. I love them all.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
A special moment, the next step on the journey for Anthony Echemendia at Iowa